Welcome to the Unlucky Puckheads podcast, 5-minute major for the Minnesota Wild. I am CK, and I'm joined, as always, by PA Jets.
What's up, posers? I'm doing quite well. I'm really excited to get this series started because it gives us an opportunity to talk about quite a lot of NHL teams in more detail than we'd normally be able to.
For sure. And it is just a brief touch on each one to keep it short so that if you're interested in the team, you just get to listen to your team's 5-minute major, and then maybe you can get a little taste for the podcast. But actually, I'm going to jump right into it. So, of course, we are talking about the Minnesota Wild, which is, of course, my favorite team. First, we're going to start off with the first-round pick by Minnesota. It was Philip Johansson. He is a defenseman. For those of you familiar with the Wild, he is very much like Brodin, Suter, like that sort of a stay-at-home defenseman. Excellent blue line shot. Very, very good skate speed for a defenseman. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him. I believe he's going to he was at camp, definitely. I think he's going to try and crack the lineup. I don't know if they're going to start him right away or not. I kind of hope they don't, honestly. I like to see defensemen take a season or two for a little bit of seasoning down in the minors or wherever they are. But still, it's a great pickup. Good D, going to be a good second-line defenseman at least.
And I support that statement of him maybe spending a year down because really the Wild are in no dire need of that type of defenseman right now. So I think that if you gave him a little bit of development time, just a little bit of time to get used to the speed of the game, to get used to the Wild's organization, definitely that'll help quite a bit. And like I said, the Wild definitely don't have any real holes on defense, so he's not needed quite right away, I don't think.
I absolutely agree. So then, of course, we acquired Matt Reed, and we've re-signed a lot of really important players to the team, notably number one, Jason Zucker. We definitely needed Jason Zucker. He's going to definitely be a power forward. I've mentioned that so many times. He's a great sniper, great skater. I'm really glad we signed him again. It came a little close. I was a little nervous, but everything came through okay. Of course, we got Dumba, Patarin, Brown, Chad Rao. We got all those guys re-signed, so that's good. The young blood isn't going anywhere. We want to keep it as long as we can because the top two lines there, we got some age going on. Not anything against them, but we definitely need some young bloods to start filling some holes. Any comment on the re-signings at all?
Just on Zucker, really, because you didn't think he was going to sign it with the Wild at first. You thought he was going to go home.
I thought he was going to Vegas. Yeah, that's what I thought for sure. I thought there'd be a trade and a signing for Vegas because that's his hometown. I thought, he got an NHL team there. I figured that's where he'd go, but he decided to stay with Minnesota, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, he's definitely a huge part of that team, and I would compare his speed to like Nick Ehlers. He's fast. He's a big part of that. And I think, like you said, he's definitely the first and foremost of the re-signings. But everybody that was re-signed was important in their own way. And, your new GM, who I just immediately forgot the name of, is definitely kind of rolling a little bit more than I feel like Fletcher did. I kind of gives me a little bit of hope in him to really perform a little bit better in the GM role. What's his name? I'm going to feel stupid.
You would do that to me, wouldn't you? Because when you do that, the person you ask the question to, especially when they're an old guy like me, we blank out. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. You're getting senile, right? You can't even remember your own GM. I guess I can't talk because we've had the same GM since the team came back. But I'm looking it up right now. Paul Fenton. I feel stupid. It's Paul Fenton.
Yes. Yeah. I knew that too. Come on, seriously. Oh, well, sorry, Paul. You're too new, and I'm too focused on the players right now to worry about what you're doing up there. Because I'm not worried about it. You're doing a fine job. That's a good thing though. If you can't remember your GM's name, that means you're not mad at
him. Right? He does have kind of a generic name too. It's like that, angry video game nerd type name.
Oh man, I'm some fan. I am. Huh? But anyway, I tell you, jerk. But anyway, getting back to the team itself, which is the important part, not the GM. But of course, we have Mikko Koivu. We've got Suter is back and healthy, which is awesome news. Spurgeon's going to be lining up with Suter, I'm sure. We have, of course, Stahl is back in rare form. Parisi is healthy and ready to go. We have a very good, strong lineup. I think Zucker kind of gives us the scoring touch that we needed. But not to get down on anybody else, but Coyle looks like he's in form as normal. I want to see Niederreiter, of course, pick things up, like I've said before, because he needs to be a scorer, and he is a scorer. But I'd like to see him pick it up. And of course, we've got our usual backline defenseman, Matt Dumba. So I'm sure he'll be fantastic with his shot and everything. I look for him to break 15 goals again this year. I'd love to see that. But really, internal moves, I'm expecting probably a trade or two, probably before halfway through the year. I'm not sure what pieces will be moved. I mean, our core, I'm sure, will stay the same. But we do have a couple of players that don't have no trade clauses, and I know that Paul Fenton is going to be looking for a little bit more offense. So somebody maybe to be a winger on the first or second line, that deal might be done, because I don't think he's the type to sit back and just see what happens. He seems to be a little more proactive. So that's how I feel about that. Do you have any comments there?
Not really. Just generally, I think the Wild need that scoring touch. They need a real star, like a Laine or a Scheifele or a Patty Kane or something that can come out and really be a big part of the team. And I think there's a couple people, that you could trade and potentially get that, where they might not be getting the opportunities that they would otherwise right now. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to jinx anything, but I think there are a few names out there that if you gave them a shot, it would definitely work out. At least is my faith in it. But generally, you need that star, and I do agree with you that there probably will be some trades made.
All right, that sounds great. So we definitely have a playoff contender again. Is it enough to make a deep run in the playoffs? I'm not sure. I doubt it, but you could. It all depends on how the games go and how your goalie goes. You know how that is. Goalie, Devin Dubnyk. He's expected to
of course.
Perform as normal. But all right, that is the Minnesota Wild in our 5-minute major. And, of course, you can visit our webpage at unluckypuckheads.com and social media at UPH Podcast on Twitter and the Unlucky Puckheads on Facebook. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great evening.
Take off, eh?
That's right.